Good afternoon. This is Mike with SADT, and I wanted to stop by and create this short video to tell you about some things that are happening around us today that I think all patriotic Americans of all types should be interested in knowing about. One of the problems that we have in our society is people are not fully awake. They're not conscious. They sleep most of the time, and I don't mean laying in a bed. I'm talking about their conscious mind is asleep. They're being controlled by what they see and hear in the media, but they're not vetting that information from good sources. And once you do wake up, then you'll understand better that it's things happening all around you and make absolutely no sense. Like, for instance, there's people out rioting to bring people into this country that they wouldn't want in their own neighborhood. They don't want them next door to them. They don't want them going to school with their children. Where do you think they're going to go? You think they're going to be living next to a resort hotel? You think they're going to be living in the middle of Hollywood, in some of the most expensive, exclusive neighborhoods in the country? First, you better understand that the first and most important thing that you need to do is take care of yourself and your family. Yet and still, we're bringing in people, or trying to, that have no intention of assimilating into our society. What do you believe in as an American? Do you believe in the Constitution? Do you believe in the Pledge of Allegiance? The one that you said as a child. Do you believe in that? In fact, do they still even say the Pledge of Allegiance in school? And if not, why not? Who made the decision to remove the Pledge of Allegiance from part of the curriculum in school? And why would they do it? What are they trying to do to our society? You know, I'm not the type of person who likes to make political commentary about things in the form of videos. I generally, as a Marine, I always stayed apolitical. I follow the president no matter who the president might be. But sometimes things reach a fever pitch and things become an emergent situation where you have to stand on one side or the other. The question is, what side are you standing on? If you're an African American and you live in a impoverished area, I want you to do this. Jump in your car, on your bicycle, or walk down the street in a business zone in your community and see who has the businesses in that community. See who's running the businesses. See who's working in the restaurants. See who's running things in your community financially. I'm not talking about the street gangs who's running the street gangs. The underworld, the underbelly of society. I'm talking about when you want to go out to a decent restaurant in your community, who's running that restaurant? Who owns it? When you go to the store to buy some Pampers, some milk, some food, who runs that store? Is it your people? Why not? Why isn't it? Well, it starts in how you think. Clearly, there's competition in everything. And if you don't believe it, most cities, big cities, have a Chinatown, a Greek town, a Italian enclave, or this or that. You go there, you get some of the best ethnic food you can find. in those restaurants, in those communities, how many of those establishments are owned by black people? How many of them are staffed with a bunch of black people? How many of those people who shop in those ethnic stores and go to those restaurants actually go to the restaurant owned by the black man back in the hood? How many of them shop in black owned stores? Why do you think they don't do that? Is it racism? No, it's not. It's about economic empowerment. If you're not economically empowered, then you're not going to be politically enlightened or empowered. So it starts there. Let me tell you a story real quick about not being awake. When you go to a payday loan store, which a lot of people do, not only black people, but all people. But I know black people have been caught in this. In fact, predatory lending laws were pretty much created dealing with the impoverished black community. This is what you think you're getting. You think you're getting this. But actually, this comes with an attachment as soon as you walk out the door. When you get it, it's this. But when you walk out the door with it, it becomes this upon payback. In other words, when you're paying it back, it has this attachment. In this case, that is representative of 21% interest. So when you pay that $1 back, you're paying almost a quarter of it back as interest. Say you don't need to spend it all and you put it in the bank and you get interest for that. So you're making money by putting your money, saving it in the bank. This is what you get back if you can leave it in there long enough for it to draw interest. $1.03. So you're borrowing $1. You're being charged 21% interest for that loan of $1. So you're paying back $1.21, and you're getting back, when you draw it from the bank, if you can leave it in there that long, $1.03, or a net difference of you owing $1.18. So you are digging yourself a hole. You'll never own a business by doing that. You'll never get out of the hole by doing it. So what I'm asking you to do is understand that life is a game just like Monopoly. And you're playing that game whether you want to or not. It's part of survival. It's a survival strategy that helps you have economic power, political power, knowledge. It's all connected. And if you are not doing the right things, you will never have any of this power. Your children won't have it. You will be pushed all the way down to the bottom of the barrel. And these people who are non-assimilating will take over any gains that you and I have gotten over the years. So even though I'm not against anyone, I do understand competition. That's why you have McDonald's on this side of the street and Burger King on that side of the street. They don't hate each other, but they're competing for market share. Well, we need to take care of ourselves first. I love my Latino and Mexican brothers and sisters. I love them if they love me. I love them if they love our nation. They love our Constitution. They love our laws. If they're lawless and they come in the country breaking the laws when they get here, and they continue to break those laws and don't respect me and my culture, then I don't love them. I'm going to end this video with something that I would like everybody to hear. This is the kind of Latino, this is the kind of Hispanic, this is the kind of Mexican that I call my brother. In tears,
me, an individual, a committee of
for
one,
this nation,
pledge, dedicate all my worldly goods to give without self-pity,
listen,
allegiance, my love and my devotion to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom. Wherever she waves, there's respect because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts freedom is everybody's job. And I add, and sanctified by the blood of our most brave. United, that means that we have come all together. States, individual communities that have united into 50 great states, 50 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose, all divided with imaginary boundaries yet unified to a common purpose, and that's love of country. And to the Republic, a state in which sovereign power is invested in representatives chosen by the people to govern.
Absolutely.
And government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands, one nation under God, meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power to live one's own life without threats, fear, or some form of retaliation. Justice, the principle or quality of dealing fairly with others. For all, which means boys and girls, it's as much as your country as it is mine. And now, boys and girls, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's hear it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And as Rex Johnson said,
that's my brother. I know my brother by his fruit. If he's out marching trying to overthrow my president, then he's not my brother. If he won't follow the law concerning my border.
Here's another one. Say that again. No, say that again. What you just said. Listen.
Concerning my border, then he's not my brother. I can't condone a person jumping the border and coming in this country no more than I would allow someone to kick my door in and walk into my home. So understand who your real brothers are. I love my Latino and Mexican brothers, if they love me and my country. If they don't love me and my country and don't respect its laws and its constitution, then they're my enemy, according to my oath. It's about time we come to realize this and understand that there's more at stake than just being a nice guy or being liked by the person in college dorm next to you, or in your book club or your Facebook chat room. This is about the fabric of our nation. We're supposed to be one country, indivisible. And because of that, and us standing together and fighting together, if need be, against all enemies, foreign and domestic, we get the fruit of that sacrifice in the form of liberty and freedom and justice for all. There won't be any walking over the border and claiming to be sovereign in my country. There won't be any, those laws are for them, not for us. There won't be any of that. Not in me condoning it. I'm going to protest in every legal way I can. I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote for people who believe in the American way and believe in the ideals that I'm talking about here now. And I suggest that all Americans who like the country the way it is and don't want massive change and overthrow of our system of government to also vote for the people who stand for the America that we all know and love. Okay, that's it. Yes, I'm a patriot. I believe in this country. I believe in it 110%, day in and day out. Anybody who are trying to usurp and overthrow the Constitution, whether it be by coming across the border, whether it be surveilling private citizens inside the borders of the U.S. mainland or its territories, or whether it be people outright trying to overthrow the government by force. I stand with every other patriot, my brothers in uniform, the police, the intelligence agents, the executive branch, the Supreme Court, and our legislators in rejecting that notion that we need to overthrow our system of government and replace it with something new. And I call on every patriot to understand these things and get behind people who are trying to do the right thing, who are trying to bring order back to a system that seems to be in lost control. And it's time for the alphas to stand up and let it be known that just as we do not let people kick in our front doors and walk into our house and squat in the middle of our living rooms, we're not going to allow people from the south, north, east, or west to just walk into our country and take it over. What happened before this country existed as it is in the past. Only we can plan and make sure that we control our future. It's up to us now. So you decide what you're going to do, whether you're going to stand and wake up and become a conscious, freedom-loving American citizen, or whether you're going to remain asleep and not aware what is going on around you. It's up to you. You've been nudged. I will continue to try to wake you up a little bit at a time. Whether you wake up is solely up to you. Thank you again. This is SADT signing off. Be strong and stay safe.